We are live. So, what's going on, Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So, this is my review of WWE TLC 2020, the final WWE pay per view of the year. So, I think it's at the Tropicana Field. Like I said in my predictions video, I think it was on Saturday. It's the first pay per view outside of the Anywhere Center. It's the Thunderdome. I'm trying to say, but anyway, so I'm gonna do a quick result in the dark match. The dark match is, not dark match, pre-kickoff show match. Um, the only match in the kickoff show match, we got an really eight-man tag team match. We got Daniel Bryan, Biggie Langston, Otis, and Chad Gable taking on Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and King Corbin. I almost call him King Kong Corbin. you know. Anyway, the match was just eh. Biggie Langston pins Sami Zayn with a big ending to win this match, and I think the reports that Big E's going to face Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship this Friday on SmackDown on Christmas. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna review SmackDown. I don't really cover SmackDown or Raw. I just cover the main roster pay-per-views. But I think Sammy's not Sammy, but I can see Big E Langston going to win. They give him this push. I might be wrong. I think he's in this feud right now because I saw a clip on WWE's YouTube channel that Sammy hosts the Sammy Awards. It's basically a parody of the Slammy Awards. So Big E basically won this award. So anyway, the first match to kick off the main show, we got the first TLC match of the show. We got Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against AJ Styles. The match was good. The whole bulk of the match was good. It's not a classic TLC match, but it was solid. I think that one more of the match, Drew kind of catapult AJ. I think one of them placed a chair near the corner. I think it was on the middle turnbuckle. Drew kind of catapult him onto that chair. Where Drew was about to climb the ladder. I see a lot of ladder matches and TLC matches in the past. Every time they tease going to grab the title, so someone basically knocked that point out off the ladder. So Drew was about to grab the title. AJ knocked him off, hit him in the leg with the chair, and really the little bit of box of the match. AJ locked in. Really, he kind of worked on the leg. Locked in the calf crusher, one more of the match. He kind of locked the calf crusher or the calf killer, because they changed his submission hold because you cannot say killer. It's how pussified WWE is. It's PC, PG. AJ locked in the calf crusher onto Drew's leg. He kind of wrapped his leg on the ladder, cranked the leg back. He did it minutes later with a chair, and Drew kind of broke away from the hold. And then we got the Miz. Miz and Morrison came out. I think Miz put Drew through a table. And Miz cashing his Money in the Bank briefcase, and now this match turned to a triple threat. Omos, that's his name. Omos, AJ Styles' bodyguard. It basically kind of picked up Miz because Miz was climbing the ladder. Omos he's a tall man. I don't know how tall, about 7'3", 7'2". Let's see, it's Calypso. Hi, welcome to the channel. Anyway, Omos picked the Miz up, holding him like a baby, and throw him onto the table. Miz went through the table. Morrison hit Omos with a chair, not selling the chair shot. So basically, Omos chasing Morrison out of the ring. It was good. One more of the match. I think you had Drew and AJ fighting on one ladder, and then Miz was climbing up, and AJ were fighting. AJ knocked Drew off the ladder. Minutes later, Drew knocked both AJ and Miz off the ladder. think AJ, took a nasty bomb out of the ring. Drew hit the Claymore kick onto the Miz, grabbed the ladder, climbed the ladder, retrieved the championship, and Miz retained the title. It was a solid opener, and I predict Drew winning this match. It's really shocked how Miz, I'm very shocked Miz just cashed in the briefcase during this match. I think the last time they did that since WrestleMania 31, during the main event match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, when Rollins cashed in the briefcase. I think that was the last time they did that, and then after that, you see some wrestlers, after the match, they end up, doing the cashing. And it's really a shock. It's not really a shock, but it's usual. It's a shot for Miz, man. I thought they're gonna do it after the match, or probably do it the next night on Raw. Basically, like, Miz do like a failed cashing attempt, thwarted, Drew hit the Claymore. I'd rather just done this on Raw. It's really a shame. I think like Miz, this is this really last month marks 10-year anniversary. When Miz cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Randy Orton. Won the WWE Championship, introduced the Miz Girl. I'm going to turn the camera for just a second. The Miz Girl go like this. That was become a meme at the time. It's a shame. Really, I think it's the first time ever that both, because Asuka was the women's Money in the Bank holder this past summer. It was the spring. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view was in May. No, is it May or April? I think it was May or April. No, I think it was April. Anyway, it's the first time that two holders of Money in the Bank fails to cash in. Actually, Asuka didn't really cash it in, or didn't fail cash in, because she was awarded the Raw Women's Championship because Becky Lynch faked the title due to, she was found out she's pregnant. So it's not. I don't really count it as a fail cash in. But Miz, I think it's the fourth time they did it. 4 times. John Cena in 2012, Damien Sandow in 2013, and then before Miz, the third one was Baron Corbin in 2017, and then 3 years later, The Miz in 2020. It's very funny. A decade ago, he successfully cashed in the briefcase, won the championship. 10 years later, he failed to cash in Money in the Bank. It's just a shame. I think Miz was poorly booked. I think they need a breakaway from Miz and Morrison. It's a shame Miz was still wearing his same old gear. I thought he's gonna go retro, go back to, go wear the same attire what he wear when they're starting out, the first run as Miz and Morrison, but it's what it is. And I think I don't know what's going to happen for Miz. It's back to the drawing board. AJ, I knew AJ's not going to win. AJ, man, boy, it's a shame. AJ's been near the company for almost 5 years. Next month will be 5 years since AJ made his debut in WWE. And the first 2 years, 2017, not 2017, sorry, 2019, and this year, he's out of the title picture. They chased after the title. He lost the title to Daniel Bryan in late 2018. Going into 2019, and now lost the title to Drew. In 2020. Are they giving up on AJ as the world champion? I don't see AJ winning probably be his last reign as world champion if they pull the trigger. AJ, he's 43. Maybe they're gonna give. I don't want to. AJ's a good worker, man. If I was AJ right now, I think AJ's just floundering in the mid card. It's just like it doesn't do any. It just don't do any service, man. So, an early quick Rumble prediction. I want to see AJ winning the Rumble and gets another shot, face Drew again at WrestleMania 37, but that's not going to happen. As for Drew, he caps out really sign out a good year for Drew McIntyre. Won the Rumble early this year, won the title not once but twice. At WrestleMania, or Raw after Survivor Series. But he's putting on some good matches. He was on fire in 2020. Good matches with really solid matches with Rollins, Lashley, the trilogy matches with Randy Orton. Hell in a Cell, the ambulance match, the match at SummerSlam, Roman Reigns at Survivor Series the previous month, and now this match at TLC. It's the right call. So anyway, so moving on to the before we get to the next match, I need a drink. My throat's dry. Oh yeah. Before I talk about the next match, this Wednesday I'll do a movie review. It's been ages since I did a movie review. Since we got about 4 days until Christmas, I will do a Christmas movie review. I'm gonna review Elf 2003. The Will Ferrell film. That'll be on Wednesday, 9 o'clock, same time. Stay tuned. Anyway, so moving on, let's talk about the next match at TLC 2020 on the main show. So the next match, we've got Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Carmella. It was a decent match. Carmella, for me, she kind of like proved me wrong. In 2018 when they give her a run as the women's champion, it was bad because she cannot wrestle, but she improved in this match. She got physical. I think she did like a face buster attempt. You got her like manager. I don't know what her manager is called. He got interfered like one more of the match. Sasha locked in the bank statement. Carmella's about to tap out. Carmella's manager pulled Carmella out of the ring. Sasha hit like a diving knee onto Carmella's manager. Carmella locked in the Cult of Silence. That was a good hold, for Carmella. Basically placing the opponent's like head and neck and really range it towards her like knee, her thigh. Yeah, it was a decent, good match. I think she won one of the match. Mela, I call her Mela. Carmella locked in like a cross-wing chicken lock onto Sasha Banks. In the end, she made Carmella tap out to win this match and retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. It makes sense. I don't want to see Carmella winning the women's title. That ship is sailed. She's not ready yet. Maybe 2021 if she gets super improved. You can tell she's proving in the ring. She kind of won me over. I thought it was gonna be a bad match, but to me, it was a decent, good match for Carmella. So I think they're going to. I think they're trying to. I think I'm predicting they're gonna have Sasha facing Bayley at the Rumble. That'll be a good match. The rematch. But I can see WrestleMania, WrestleMania 37. But what's next for Sasha? She needs a credible heel next for Sasha. Because Bayley's a heel. I think they're saving Bayley until probably WrestleMania, in the spring of 2021. But there's hardly any heels yet. Anyway, moving on to the next match. Before I talk about it, I need to drink my water. So, match number 3 on the main show of TLC 2020. We got the Raw Tag Team Championship match. We got the New Day, 2 members of the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They defended the titles against the two members of the Hurt Business, that is Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, with MVP in their corner. No Bobby Lashley. I thought it's gonna be all four members of the Hurt Business: MVP, Lashley, Cedric, and Shelton, but that's not really the case. And anyway, the match was good. It was a decent, good match. You know, it was back and forth between both tag teams. In the end, trying to keep it short and simple. I feel like one more of the match. Kofi hit the SOS onto Cedric. Cedric kicked out. In the end, Cedric hit Kofi with a lumbar check to win this match, and the Hurt Business become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. You know that's really good. They added more gold for the faction because Bobby Lashley is the United States champion, and now Cedric and Shelton are the tag team champions on Raw. You know, I could see MVP winning the world title. Make it a complete. I can see this faction. They're going in the right direction. I could see him being this, black version, of the Horseman. It's a spin to the Hurt Business, not Hurt Business, the spin of the Beatdown Clan in TNA. But you could tell it has this full Horseman presence. Full Horseman evolution presence. You got you basically had MVP, as the leader. Lashley's the muscle. And you both, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, are the high flyers of the group. I think it was the right call. As for the New Day, I think they need to break away. They need to stop doing this New Day stuff. They've been running it down people's throats for the last 6 years. No, don't get me wrong. It was terrible from the beginning. They got really popular in 2015. As heel comedy figures. The comedy heels, and then they turned babyface in 2016, and they got really annoying, and the gimmicks starting to be like gayish. Doing the whole, having unicorns wearing unicorns in their heads, slapping each other in the ass, burritos and pancakes. Give me a break. I like pancakes, don't get me wrong. But just come on now. So match number four, we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. We got Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defending the Tag Team Championships against Asuka and her mysterious opponent. Originally it was supposed to be Lana, but they really removed Lana out of the card. I'm guessing like she suffered like a knee injury in the hands of Nia Jax on Raw on the Go Home show. And we got the return of Charlotte Flair. This is the first time we see Charlotte on WWE television since the summer. She competed in the triple threat match at NXT TakeOver in Your House, as the NXT Women's Champion. Anyway, the match was decent. It was a decent, good match. There were really cringe-worthy moments in this match. With Shayna Baszler locking Asuka's, she locked Asuka in this type of joint multiplication lock, basically locked him in a wrist lock, and I was about to cringe. I thought Shayna's gonna break Asuka's arm, but I hate that. If you watch the MMA fights, they do these type of submission holds onto the leg and arm. I thought it's gonna be like exposed bone. You're gonna see the bone popping out of the skin. When including I watched Timothy Thatcher. When I watched a takeover show, in Timothy Thatcher in a match, he locks in his submission holds, and every time he locks in like a leg lock or an armbar, oh god, I'll be cringing. But anyway, so the match was fun. It was back and forth. They ganged up on Asuka. Charlotte got the hot tag, locking Shayna Baszler with the figure eights. Nia broke the hold. Asuka did like a diving butt to Nia's face off the ring apron. It's hard to describe. In the end, Charlotte hit the national cessation onto Shayna Baszler to win this match, and shockingly, Asuka and Charlotte are the new women's tag team champions. It's just I don't really care at this point because the women's division, the women's tag team division is a dead brand. You know, it's just like it's not listening up. It's not caught on fire. It's basically just you know, it's just like they just don't have enough deep enough rosters in both the Raw and SmackDown women's division to pull off good tag teams for the women. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not really pissed off Charlotte winning another title. I'll be pissed off if Charlotte wins another singles women's title. But since it's the tag team titles, I'll let it slide for once. My fear is going to be Asuka versus Charlotte at the Royal Rumble next month, but I don't want to see that because we see it already. They fought since WrestleMania 34. Going on 3 years. I don't want to see it anymore. Move on. Asuka's reign as women's champion is never at an end. Whatever. I don't know. They're protecting Nia. I hate that. I'm again sick of it. They just like she's just the Rock's cousin. She's just basically mooching off the Rock. Really mooching off the Rock's success right on Dwayne's coattails. That's it. That's for Nia. Seeing Nia, Shanna taking the pin. I don't know what they're gonna do with Shayna Baszler. I'm not joking. I don't know what they're gonna do. I could see Asuka and Shayna down the middle. I don't know, be at the Rumble, but I don't think so. But it's gonna be my theory. It's gonna be Asuka Charlotte for the Raw Women's title at the Rumble. The plan's not changed. They still want Charlotte Flair to break her dad's record. Here's the problem with the Charlotte Flair gimmick. This is not taken away from Charlotte. They're trying to make WWE over the years since Charlotte debuted. Well, since she debuted on the main roster 5 years ago. They're trying to make her more like her dad. I'm gonna give Charlotte some props, trying to be like her dad, but unfortunately, she's not Ric Flair. She's trying to do her pissed off, funny Ric Flair impressions, facial expressions. She can't even do it. She looks like Ric Flair, but not a lot. Same as David Flair. They just, I'm not crapping on the Flair family, but Charlotte doesn't have the personality and charisma of her dad. She's got Ric Flair has the best. She's got one of the best personalities and charisma in pro wrestling history. But Charlotte cannot pull it off. She's a good worker. Don't get me wrong. I think for me personally, Charlotte is better than her dad. She does. Ric Flair does like the chops, the figure four leg lock. Working his opponent's leg. But Charlotte does does the same thing, the chops and the figure four leg lock or the figure eight, basically doing it's the same thing you're doing like a stretch. It's a bridge type of version of the figure four leg lock, and the difference is Charlotte does the moonsault. Ric Flair doesn't really do high fly moves off the top rope. It's very rare, but I think WWE over the years, it's just typical WWE going back to the past. I hate that. It's just really a shame. I wish if Charlotte just come up with her own character, she might get over it gallantly. But it's just basically let's make her more of a dad. Doing the woos. I think she was blonde when she was she was brunette when she was her first year in NXT, and then they have to make her blonde and doing the woos, and it's just like she's not. And the difference is Charlotte Flair is flexible. She does the acrobatic thing. The cart. No, I think she does the cartwheel. The flip. I don't know. She has. I think she got a bit of a gymnastic background. You could tell. I don't know, but it's just like. I hate WWE does that. They've been doing, pro wrestling's been doing it for years. Some have a wrestler trying to rip off a gimmick of a most successful wrestler. Hate that. WCW do it in 2000. WWE's doing it right now. I don't mind a spin to that character. a play onto that character, but a rip off. It's just basically just it's not getting that person over doing the same gimmick. That's my spiel of it. So moving on to the next match. Needed a drink of my water. The next match, we've got the second TLC match of the show. We got Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Kevin Owens. And this was a war. This was a fight between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Every time Roman beating down Kevin Owens never backed down. This is organic. It's not like John Cena-esque. The heels beating down John Cena and Cena just fights in the end to win. No, it's organic. Owens just basically got his ass kicked. He goes back up, never submit for Roman Reigns. Like one more of the match, he kind of like beat down Jimmy. No, not Jimmy Uso. I think it was Jey Uso. One more of the match, he kind of place a chair around Jay's leg and break the leg of Jey Uso. He came back minutes later, basically, not selling the injury. I hate that. It devalues, not selling the injury. Every time like a wrestler go for the arm or the leg or even the back, it's just like it devalues not selling it. It's like they've been doing, it's pro wrestling. They've been doing it for years. I don't want to get into it, but anyway, so it was a fucking fight. I think one more of the match. Roman Reigns, they did like a bit of a slap off, and then Reigns kind of really speared Roman Owens through a table side. Roman went through a barricade, near the timekeeper area. A lot of slams, Roman slams. I think he did like a slam Owens through a ladder, through a table. Jey Uso hit he ate a stunner of Kevin Owens. I feel like one more of the match, Kevin Owens hit kind of put Jey Uso through the announce table with the pop-up powerbomb. It's been ages since Kevin Owens used the pop-up powerbomb, because most of the time in 2019 and right now he's been doing the stunner. I like the pop-up powerbomb. I hate when Kevin Owens hits it near the ring apron. It's so weak. I know that you cannot do. I think they stopped it. Stopped like someone left to try and powerbomb through a ring, through the concrete floor. I hate that. It's protecting. It's really devalue the finisher. I think he hit. I think he did it same to Roman minutes later. In the end, I thought Kevin Owens going to win this championship, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Roman Reigns climbed the ladder, locked Owens with the guillotine, thrown off the ladder, grabbed the title, and retained the title. This was like a good match. Actually, it's more of a fight than an actual match. It was physical. There were a lot. It's not a classic. It's not good enough to be an all-time classic. It's not. I think one of the best singles TLC match in history in my books. Has to be, for me, it has to be Edge versus John Cena, Unforgiven 2006, and Undertaker versus Edge at One Night Stand 2008. Maybe I think Jericho and Benoit from 2001. I'm talking about singles TLC matches. Like over the years, they tend to be good, but not an all-time classic. For Kevin Owens, it's a shame. It's been ages since Kevin Owens was in the Universal title picture, because he was Universal Champion, in 2016, 17, and they took the title off him because they give Goldberg a push. I thought Kevin Owens going to win it. Like I said, Owens like this warrior, never backs down, never gives up, fighting, the two guys, the leader, the king, the Roman's the tribal chief, and Jey Uso's his lackey. I don't know what happened to Jimmy. I'm guessing, I don't know, because I thought it was going to be the Usos helping Roman get the win. It's the only one Uso to win. This is like still in the storyline for Roman and Jey Uso. I don't want to see another match where you see it at Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell. The storyline is if Jimmy don't do his job, he'll be out of the family. So what's next for Roman? Roman, for me personally, Roman's matches on pay-per-view are starting to improve. Like back then, before the heel turn, his matches are not that good. I'm talking singles matches. They never turn out to be good. They were okay, but not like great. They end up being mediocre and lackluster. And then, right now in the second half of this year, his matches are starting to be good. He had a good match, two good matches with Jey Uso. And then he had, I think it was, the I Quit Hell in a Cell match, the match at Clash of Champions, the match with Roman, and now this match against Kevin Owens. 4 good matches in the row of Roman Reigns on pay-per-view. I don't see him winning. When I do my 2020 Central Man Wrestling Award of the Year, that'll be on the 29th of December. I don't see him going to win it. I think he's going to be one of the candidates going to win it for 2020. He's not going to win it. You got to wait to find out until December the 29th. Stay tuned. I think he could be Wrestler of the Year for 2021. I don't know. They need another babyface for Roman going into the start of 2021. If they're going to have Roman dropping the Universal title at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan, but that's the problem with WWE right now in the recent product. They need more credible babyfaces. We don't need more heels. We need more babyfaces. That's the problem. It's unbalanced. It's been unbalanced ever since. Too many heels, but not enough credible babyfaces because, it's the typical, before this COVID pandemic lockdown, not lockdown, but this COVID pandemic, you had basically fans cheering the heels and booing the babyfaces. True, they're not organically getting over, but fuck me, man. They need a credible babyface right now. Or baby faces, not just on the men's side, but in the women's department as well. It's just too many heels. It's unbalanced. That's just me, man. For me personally, I think this match of the night for me. Reigns versus Owens. Moving on to Boy. Moving on to the main event. The main event, we got Randy Orton versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Inferno match. First time in 5 years. No, 5 years, sorry. First time in 7 years, because the last one they did it was at SummerSlam in 2013. That sucked. Sorry. It was shit. I'm going to give some props of WWE. At least they can fight outside the ring, because most of the time I see an Inferno match, they can't do anything in the ring because the ring apron is surrounded with fire. It's typical, like, you have to set your opponent on fire. That's the typical gimmick of this match. Every time that, someone taking a bump, the fire gets bigger. That sucked, and it gets really ridiculous, Like, one more of the match, you had the Fiend trying to murder Randy Orton one more of the match. Like, he's trying to kind of kill him with an ice pick. He's grabbing the ice pick, trying to kill him. He doubts his old wooden swinging chair, and he's trying to put Randy Orton he doubts it with petrol, trying to set the chair on fire with Randy Orton in it. Randy, get out of the way. Oh, by the way, Randy Orton's wearing his hoodie and trousers, not his attire. His traditional attire. No, it's just a hoodie and trousers. Anyway, so I can't explain more. It's I'll give WWE some props, but I'm not buying into this shit, man. I'm sorry, it's crap. In the end, Randy Orton managed to set the Fiend on fire. Randy Orton wins, hit the Fiend with the RKO, And the end, the fucking end is so anticlimactic. I'm sorry, anticlimactic. He doubts and set fire the Fiend Bray Wyatt. You know, I know it's not the real Bray Wyatt, but it's a stunt double. I understand, but Fiend's done. I'm sorry. The Fiend is DONE. He's done. I'm sorry. It's just I can't explain this about this. The Inferno match sucked, to be honest. They've never been good Inferno matches. You know, going back to the very first one with Undertaker and Kane to, I think they did three. I think two Undertaker Kane matches. They did Kane. I think it was Kane MVP, and then Bray Wyatt versus Kane at SummerSlam, and now this. They never turn out to be good. I might miss. There's I think a little more than four I mentioned. I might be wrong about it, but it's just like they never turn out to be good. The shit. It goes too far. You know, you're trying to kill someone on pay-per-view, on TV. You know, it's okay to re-hurt someone in the ring, but trying to do this type of shtick, it goes too far. You know, I know it's pro wrestling trying to make zany-ness into it. It's just like, come on, it goes too far. You know, I don't understand why Randy Orton getting the win. You know, it made Randy Orton like a cold-blooded killer. You know, when he tried to kill the Undertaker, you know, in the casket match at No Mercy of 2005, he doubts. At least Undertaker was not in the casket. You know, basically, set the casket on fire. He came back a month later at Survivor Series. Like, I understand that, but I'm going to see the Fiend again. But I don't know, man. This is the end of the Fiend. I don't understand that. They killed him. I'm pissed off. I'm not going to shout. But at the same time, it's just like you just killed one of the best characters in WWE right now. You know, he might come back, but it'd be too little too late. Every time they're trying to build up Bray Wyatt, they end up knocking back, Bray Wyatt trying to climb that mountain. You kind of knock him off that mountain again. Every time I'm getting sick of it. The Fiend is one of the most popular characters in WWE, and they just go. This is going back to Hell in Cell last year, to losing to Goldberg, early this year at I think it was at Crown Jewels in Saudi Arabia. I don't mind losing to Roman because it planted the seeds of the heel turn, the tribal chief. It's just like, and now this year, it's just like, I think Vince is giving up on the Fiend. I don't mind the whole Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt, Firehouse Funhouse Bray, with Alexa Bliss, but I don't understand what this Alexa Bliss thing. Is it gonna? I don't know. I like her as a trash talker, the original Alexa Bliss, from before, teaming up with Bray. None of the stuff with Nikki Cross, give me a break. But it's just like I don't understand this, man. Don't understand this. It's just like I was laughing my ass off. What the hell is this? Randy Orton, killed a person. You think he's challenging, going back to the title picture next month, facing Drew again? You got another thing coming. I want to see Fiend versus Drew. That could be a good match if you do your cards right. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, they never had good matches. Going back to their rival, the feud in 2017, WrestleMania 33 with the Bugs, in the on the floor, not the actual bugs, but there was images of bugs and cockroaches, and then the House of Horrors match, and now this, they're just basically trying to rip off Matt Hardy, doing the broken stuff. The business is too exposed. The business is too fucking exposed. It's okay. It's okay in the 80s, but it's just like you might come back. But I feel like, I feel like this is a official burial of the Fiend. The dude's marketable, very marketable. The mask. I think they give up the Bray Wyatt, the Fiend holding the Bray Wyatt's head lantern, the self-proclaimed, it's too edgy, it's not PG. it doesn't bother me. I was cool. That was sick. It's still Bray Wyatt. It's just a different character. You know, having like, you know, I don't mind if Bray win. Let me say Bray won this match, and Randy Orton basically set fire to the Fiend. I'll be okay with it. You know, it's set up to a rematch. I don't want to see more matches because they're never having any chemistry. They never turn out to be good. You know, it's good for like good storytelling. I understand that, but the execution is fucking shit. You know, people are gonna say it's good. It's their opinion, but I think it's bad. You know, I don't mind if Finn I go for the Finn getting the win, but he's never got the win. It's like when's give him a break. Give the Fiend a break. You know, he's getting over. He needs this push to survive, Bray Wyatt. You know, he's been in the company for 10 years. He's been there for 10 years. You know, going back to the days as Husky Harris, part of the, you know, season 2 of NXT, then part of the Nexus, and then Bray Wyatt. You know, the Swamp Lank, Lake, sorry, I'm trying to say Swamp Lake, cult Southerner leader to the Fiend and Firehouse Funhouse Bray. He's been for 10 years, you know, and he's won 3 championships, 3 world championships, former WWE champion and 2-time Universal champion. You know, I don't want to see the Fiend buried. If the Fiend's buried, I'm blaming Vince McMahon, man. Because Vince is just a fucking dipshit. I don't mind it's the other thing around, but seeing Bray lose and then get set on fire, you know, with the difference with The Undertaker, it was like 1-1 or really 1-1 in the rivalry going into their feud in 2005, you know, because Taker won the first match of WrestleMania 21, and then a few months later, Orton got his win back. You know, Bray lost. He lost. I think he won 1 pay-per-view match, actually 2 pay-per-view matches. You know, that was against Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, and retaining the title against Braun Strowman at I think it was at SummerSlam. Besides that, he's lost so many matches. Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank. Not so many matches, but he lost Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank. He lost the Universal title in a triple threat match at Payback. And also this match. He lost 3 pay-per-view matches in a row. He's been 50-50 buck. I'm seeing through the bullshit. I'm getting sick of it. I like the Fiend, but having the Fiend win, build him up, have him develop a winning streak, then have the Fiend lose. You know, it's God damn it, man. God fucking damn it. You know, I don't hate Randy Orton, but at this point, he doesn't need to lose. He doesn't really need to win at this point. I know he lost to, you know, he came off losing to, you know, lost the feud with Drew. I understand that, but, you know, yeah, he won. Yeah, he lost the feud actually because you know he won the title at Hell in a Cell, lost to Raw a month later before Survivor Series. But I don't want to see a match between Drew and Orton. We've seen it already. Move on. So yeah, I'm sorry about my rambling. It's kind of true, you know. It's just like why they did this. People, if you like it, hey, more power to you. But for me, it's just, you know, it's just a official burial of the Fiend. He might came back. He might came back Raw tomorrow. I don't see they're gonna wait another month at the Rumble. You know, if the Fiend came back to win the Royal Rumble, maybe I'm overreacting. He might he might end up like challenge the probably Drew McIntyre for the title at WrestleMania. I'll be okay. You know, maybe they recover. It might rebound for that. If not, they just fucking bury Bray Wyatt more. It's fucking bullshit. You know, people are gonna. I can see the anti-smarts gonna go into overhype this match. You know, oh, this was great. No, it's not. It's shit. Infernal matches they never turn out to be good. That is criminal of one of the best characters right now in WWE. People say, oh, you know, he's been buried since Hell in a Cell. Bullshit. They didn't. Fiend never got buried. Yeah, the whole stuff with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell in last year was bullshit. They kind of make up the mistakes, having won the title a few weeks later in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and the whole stuff like dropping the title to Goldberg, and dropping the title to Roman Reigns. I think at this point, it's planting the seeds of Roman being an awesome heel right now, the top heel in the company right now, and now the shit with Randy Orton, send fire to him. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They should have done better, man. I'm gonna end it, man. So, been doing this for nearly an hour now. I'm gonna move it on to the final rating. So, my final rating for TLC 2020, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The only bad in this show has to be the main event. Besides that, this was gotta be one of the best main roster pay per view of the year for WWE. Put it in the top three, alongside WrestleMania 31. WrestleMania 36 Part 1. Maybe and Survivor Series and Backlash. They're starting to be good shows of the year for WWE in the main roster side. Log, the two TLC matches delivered. Sasha and Carmella, that match was decent. It turned out to be good and decent matches, and also the tag team title match, New Day, Hurt Business. The women's tag team match was fun. I don't really give a shit about the Sasha winning the tag team. Not Sasha, but Charlotte winning the women's tag team championships. I don't really give a shit, but it's just like I said, the tag team women's division is dead. It's a dead belt. But besides that, four or five good matches. Two TLC matches. Sasha versus Carmella, the women's tag team title match, and the Raw tag team title match as well. Five good matches. One bad. Nothing in the okay. It ended really in WWE in 2020, going into 2021. Hope it's a much better year. I can see it'll be the same as previous years in WWE. It might be wrong. Fingers crossed. Hope we get fans back in the arenas. I can see this COVID pandemic's going to end. In my country, it's starting to die down. I think in America, I don't know about in America. I think it's starting to die down as well. You can tell other countries that their pandemic is starting to die down. I can see it's going to go back slowly, going back to normal in 2021. So fingers crossed. So anyway, so hope you enjoyed my review of WWE TLC 2020. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.